I'm Esther Arif, and we are in New York City covering Caribbean Week 2018. So get ready for some great food, fun, culture, dance, music. We're going to have some great speakers talking about the Caribbean and each island that they're from. There's a lot of ground to cover and a lot of island hopping to do, so let's go.
On behalf of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, amen, to this program, Revival for the Caribbean, amen. And I would like to ask you to please stand at this moment as I call Dr. Roxy Irish, who will open us with invocation this evening.
And for everyone, again, we say who will participate, Lord, bless them abundantly today, God, that your name, oh God, will continually get the glory, the honor, and the praise. And we say thank you.
Did I have to climb? Oh, Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. Come on, somebody help me. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Oh, that's all I'm asking of you. Oh, Lord, give me the strength to do everything that I have to do.
I've been given the distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you here this evening at the start of Caribbean Week New York 2018. I have been warned that my remarks should be brief, and I promise you that I will reward you by being brief. Caribbean Week New York is arranged every year by the Caribbean Tourism Organization with several very specific objectives. The week aims to honor the Caribbean brand, to provide opportunities for the sale of Caribbean vacations, to provide opportunities for our CTO members to connect with each other, to connect with consumers, with the travel trade, with the media and the Caribbean diaspora, and for our leaders to conduct the business of Caribbean tourism. Caribbean Week New York has occurred for over 40 years, but for the past 12 years, we have scheduled it in the month of June so that it can coincide with Caribbean American Heritage Month, a commemoration which was adopted by the U.S. House of Representatives in 2005 to recognize the significance of the contribution of Caribbean people and their descendants in the history and culture of the United States. The resolution passed the Senate in February of 2006, and President George H.W. Bush issued the proclamation in June 2006. Since the declaration, the White House has issued an annual proclamation recognizing June as Caribbean American Heritage Month. And ever since then, the Caribbean Tourism Organization has insisted on placing Caribbean Week New York in June to complement the efforts of all organizations and individuals that honor the Caribbean brand.
The joy that is stolen from me, I take it back. Me friends and me family, I take it back. Blinded my eyes so I can't see, I take it back. When he take away my dreams from me, I take it back. I take back happiness, I take back my home. I take back faithfulness, I take back my hope. In the name of Jesus, I take back my love. I take back dominion, given from above, let me tell you, I take it back.
Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvikadeshu Sarvara Saraswati Namastubhyam Varde Kamerupini Vidyarambam Karishami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
You call us out of the darkness, into your love, into your light. Grace upon grace, beauty for ashes. You come to us, we come alive. We stand in awe of you. We stand in awe of you. Not by might, not by power, by
I hope you guys aren't too exhausted because we have a lot more islands to uncover, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. I'm your host, Esther Arif, and we are in New York City covering Caribbean Week 2018. We have a lot more exciting things to cover, so let's go.
O Lord my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. O Lord, thou hast brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing unto the Lord, O ye saints of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. For his anger endureth but a moment, in his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And in my prosperity I said I shall never be moved. Lord, by thy favor thou hast made my mountain to stand strong. Thou didst hide thy face, and I was troubled. I cried to thee, O Lord, and unto the Lord I made supplication. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Hear, O Lord, and have mercy unto me. Lord, be thou my helper. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness.
I'm a Pakistani. I was born in Pakistan, came to Brooklyn. I was raised in Brooklyn. My kids were born in Brooklyn. And one of the most important things I talk about Brooklyn with my dear friend, Rabbi Bob Kaplan, that's here, is that, Brooklyn is more of a melting pot. And more importantly, you could literally, on Coney Island Avenue, go from Little Caribbean all the way to Little Pakistan. Go to Little Israel, stop over Little China, and then go further down, you'll be in Little Russia. And I can't even explain to you, how beautiful it is when you see, and there's a bus, it's called B68 in Brooklyn on Coney Island Avenue. And how the communities who never seen each other, it's the first time they're meeting. But that bus, it brings you together on a way that wherever you're going to go, you're going to be sitting next to a person from Pakistan, a person from Caribbean islands, a person from Israel. And they're just sometimes they're giving you each other's seats.
It's long time, girl, me never see you. Come make me hold your hand. And it's long time, girl, me never see you. Come make me hold your hand. Village and cross it up and treat up, pick up the blossom. Make me hold your hand, yeah, boy. Make me hold your hand.
So I have an expectation, and I have a desire, and I have a feeling of trust. I have an expectation that each and every one of you here, and if you look to your right and your left, you'll see people who are people of hope. Each and every one of you here will take up that mantle to make sure that hope becomes a reality. Hope can never just be a hope. We have a trust that it will happen. It will happen because of, not by strength and not by power. It will happen because God has ordained it to be so. However, we must be ultimately the partners in making those things happen. We must take on the mantle of responsibility of making hope real. That means that when we see something that has happened, when we see something that has fallen, when we see natural things, as the pundit mentioned before, when we see natural disasters come to our world, we have to take the responsibility of rebuilding. We have to take the responsibility of making sure those who have been negatively affected by all that stuff, well, they will be made whole. Because we can certainly hope that God's going to do it. But God's going to look to us and he's going to say, or she's going to say, you need to be my partner. I created you in my image, and therefore, in my image, you are my emissary.
Jehovah, I trust in you. In you. Oh Lord. Say, Jehovah, I trust in you. tell them again. You, I trust in you. Oh Lord, I believe. Tell them, you, I trust in you.
We were overwhelmed by the stories of the effects of Hurricane Irma, Harvey, Jose, Lee, and Maria, whose names and devastation we remember today and will remain on our mind for years to come. In the face of unspeakable devastation, we have come this evening in a spirit of gratitude, that as bad as things are, we recognize they could have been so much worse. We give thanks for the gift of life and the reality that we are still here. We give thanks for the memories which sustain the families of those who lost loved ones. We give thanks for those here today who were in the eye of the storm and were brought safely through. We give thanks for the kindness and compassion of neighbors and strangers who donated their time, finances, knowledge, and resources for the rebuilding efforts.
Oh, 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 say, I know who I am. When everybody say, oh, 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 I know who I am. We are, say, we are a chosen generation, called for to show his excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I love that. I know who. Let me hear this side. Over here, this side. We are, say, we. This is sounding good. In the middle here, I know you could. All I say, all I require for life, God has given. Over here. Come on, everybody say it. But I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, all I require for life, God has given me.
All right, well, we're going to be taking a short break, so make sure you don't go away. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Esther Arif here at the New Yorker Wyndham Hotel in New York City. We're here for Caribbean Week 2018. Today we have a forum going on where Caribbean nationals can find out how they can contribute to their islands back home. We have a range of people including doctors, lawyers, chefs, musicians, athletes, you name it, they're here. So let's take a look.
Well, this is the start, really, of Caribbean Week in New York, which is an exposition of the color and the culture and the special vacation offers and the business of Caribbean tourism. We come to town, to New York City, to try to excite people about the Caribbean and about having a vacation in the Caribbean. One of the objectives of Caribbean Week in New York is also to have a connection and to strengthen that connection with the Caribbean diaspora. Where else really can you go within a few hours of being here in New York City or in the New York tri-state area? Within a few hours you're in contact with the French and the Dutch and the Spanish and the English and Big Island and Small Island and Flat Island and Mountainous Island and no island at all, because some of our member countries are not islands. Guyana is not an island, Belize is not an island. You have such variety, such diversity and such excitement right there within a few hours of where you are here in the New York tri-state area. People like to think that we can just go there for, a relaxing vacation. Yes, you can do that. You can do the fly and flop if you want to, but you can have a lot of excitement in the Caribbean. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of romance. A number of people from the Caribbean diaspora want to go to get married in the Caribbean. Many people choose the Caribbean as their honeymoon destination because as you probably realize, the statistics show that the Caribbean is still the most popular place on earth.
We've always wanted to grow the Indian market to the Caribbean because we recognize the potential. And so it is very encouraging to have Zee TV here to reach out to that particular audience and help us communicate to them that the Caribbean is the ideal vacation destination for the Indian community.
Nevis over the years, we've really also been known as the island of sport. We have a number of sporting activities that people show up for, and those within themselves are rejuvenation events, if I could say it. The first one happens at the end of March every year, and that one is the Nevis to St. Kitts cross-channel swim, where it's a swim race that really goes from Nevis to St. Kitts. It's 2.5 miles. Lots of people show up for that. Every year now, it's well over 200 people who participate. We also have the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival, which is basically what it says. It's a running festival. It covers the 5K, 10K half marathon and full marathon, and it is one of the events that we have on the island that encompasses the entire island. Of course, the Indian culture is such a culture that is wrapped up in what the Caribbean is. The Caribbean isn't just about the African culture, so to speak, because most of us are Africans, but Indians. I mean, now in a place like Nevis, something that we probably 20, 25 years ago wouldn't have expected, that our population is really a mixed population. You have people from everywhere, different races, and you know that is part of the culture. And if you're looking for authentic Indian food, you can actually find it on the island of Nevis. If you're looking for more food that is of an Asian sort of influence, it's there also, because we now have a very good Guyanese population, very good Trinidadian population. So it's growing. The culture of Nevis, it's growing and changing.
So we're here doing a Kaiso cocktail. It's a coconut water cocktail. So Kaiso is coconut water with tequila and vodka. It's got 12% alcohol. It's low in calories. It's got no preservatives, no additives, so you hydrate while you drink. So Kaiso, me and my partner came up with it about a year ago. We just came to market about summer of last year. Kaiso comes from the word Calypso, so we wanted to do something that was rich in culture. So we took the name Kaiso, which obviously comes from Calypso, and now we wanted to add that to a drink. This is inspired from the Caribbean, so normally what you have is Johnny Walker and coconut water, with whiskey and coconut water, but we wanted to do something different that wasn't a traditional coconut water with rum, so we wanted to do something that would be new and innovative and also taste great.
We have never relied on tourism. We don't have mass-based tourism. We are now, our tourism industry is young. We have a chance to design tourism that suits us. And the model that we are looking at is definitely not mass-based tourism. We're looking for that niche market, people who are interested in enjoying nature, who want to get out there, perhaps switch off their phones and social media and just enjoy what nature has to offer. We have lots of nature we have.
And if you're looking for a destination to have an experience every day in a month, the BVI is that place. You can explore one island every day for a month and have a different experience. On the main island of Tortola, you would find where all the business and commerce is stationed. You'll find your businesses, your shops, your government offices. On Virgin Gorda, which we call the gem of our islands, you'll find all of the resorts, high-end resorts, boutique resorts. On Jos Van Dyke, which is one of the smallest destinations, we have a very cultural community. And on Anegada, which is the flattest of the island, the highest point is about 13 feet above sea level. The whole island is considered a beach.
I hope you're enjoying the program so far. We're going to step out for a short break, but stick with us for more. Welcome back to Caribbean Week 2018. I'm your host, Astar Arif, and we're just in time for a fabulous luncheon hosted by none other than Zee TV. So let's go see what it's all about.
Well, the British Virgin Islands is an attendee at the luncheon. We appreciate the fact that that Zee TV is hosting the luncheon for all of the Caribbean nations, and it gives you the opportunity to share Caribbean culture and what we do in tourism with your viewers. Zee TV gives us an opportunity to spread the word about the British Virgin Islands to the Indian community, and it's fabulous. We look forward to seeing visitors from from that part of the world in our islands. In fact, I know the Miss World, the winner of the Miss World pageant this year was from India. And she visited the British Virgin Islands and spent a week in the British Virgin Islands enjoying. So we know that she's taking that back to India. So we look forward to seeing more persons in the BVI.
There's a huge population of Indian heritage and Indian descent in the Caribbean. I look at, for example, your film market. You have Bollywood out there, and Bollywood turns out more movies than even Hollywood does. And we have some great locations throughout the Caribbean, especially in the Virgin Islands. So it's a market that we've always wanted to tap into to try to see if maybe you can shoot some of your lovely action Bollywood movies down in the Virgin Islands as well. So having Zee TV here helps to bridge that gap and have a linkage between the Caribbean and the Indian market.
The Bahamas is an archipelagic nation made up of 700 islands. You can come and visit 15, the most beautiful place on the planet to come and have some chill and thrill. India, of course, is an enormous emerging market for our region, and especially in the Bahamas. We have recognized that. We have recently removed all visa restrictions for Indian citizens to come to the Bahamas once they have a visa for Europe, the United States, or Canada. And so we recognize India as an emerging market. Many Indians probably have not even heard of the Bahamas, but once they come there, they will say, wow.
Africans, Asians, the worldwide, that the Caribbean is open and will be open and has always been open for business.
So in the next 8 to 10 years, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I venture to say, bravely, that we are going to be one of the leading players in tourism in the region.
You have a huge amount of archaeological sites, white sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, rainforest, the monkey sanctuary, and you name it, we have it.
Those who have not been there, they're missing the, how many wonders do we have of the world? 7? So they're missing the 8th wonder of the world.
Well, of course, this luncheon is intending to bring new ideas, fresh ideas, and we're always drawn to new and fresh ideas. So we'll be listening keenly and observing carefully what are the new and innovative ideas that are going to help us to drive Caribbean tourism to another level. No woman no cry, no woman no cry, dun 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 dun, no woman no cry, dun 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 dun, no woman no cry. Bob Marley.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to present on behalf of our sponsor, Zee TV, the Senior Manager Shivani Gauri. Shivani Gauri.
Thank you so much, sir, for the warm welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shivani, and I'm representing Zee TV Americas. Zee TV Americas is pleased to collaborate with CTO Caribbean Week in New York City. Zee Network is the biggest South Asian TV network, reaching more than 1.3 billion viewers globally across 172 countries through 51 international stations. As per the recent research data, Zee TV US and Canada combined reaches approximately 7 million viewers. Zee TV wants to partner with you and help you tap into our viewers to make the Caribbean islands the destination of choice among high net worth audiences. As the host of biggest Bollywood awards in India, which is similar to Oscars in the US, Zee TV is currently exploring Caribbean destinations for these awards. Please take a look at the Zee TV snapshot.
Zee TV, the #1 South Asian network, has over 30 channels in USA, Canada, and Caribbean. Through its strong presence worldwide, Zee entertains over 1.3 billion viewers across 172 countries. Zee, with its vast primetime lineup and a library of over 3,000 Bollywood movies, has been entertaining the viewers across the globe. Whether it is the Bollywood movies, events, or the fast-growing South Asian population, the scenic beauty of the Caribbean islands have always been an attraction. As per GFK, South Asians are more likely to travel to the Caribbean as compared to the general population, which is more than 430,000 individuals in the next 12 months. This is in addition to more than 400,000 South Asians who have already visited the Caribbean islands at least once in their entire lifetime. Zee Network, with 34 channels in 13 languages, is the most widely distributed Asian channel in the US, Canada, and Caribbean, with 88 million pass-through homes. As per SNL Kagan, 74% of its advertisers are exclusive with Zee. Some of our prominent advertisers: British Virgin Islands, AUA, St. George's University, KFC, Lexus, McDonald's, Toyota, CIBC Bank. Our digital platform, India.com, is the most preferred digital destination in USA, with over 6 million unique visitors who spend an average of 5 minutes on the site. Zee TV is the exclusive media sponsor at 74 prominent community events across US, Canada, and Caribbean. Come and be a part of the Zee family, where the world is our family.
Hi, we've had such a great day so far learning about the business of tourism at the Caribbean. We learned about travel, we learned about culture, sports, what each island has to offer, and now for the fun part, the food. Behind me is Chef Brent, who is a world-renowned chef from the British Virgin Islands. I cannot wait to try some of his meals. What do you have going on today for us?
Well, I'm actually doing a new twist, fish and curry mousse on a plantain wheel. So basically, the plantain, you get one whole plantain. This is a single dish though, for one portion. So you get one whole plantain and you slice it half an inch diameter, and you boil it for like about 5 to 7 minutes. For the fish mousse, you sear the fish. Like about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and you add your salt and pepper to it, and you roast your peppers on the grill, and you peel the skin off. Then after that, you blend everything together. So you get your fish, your curry season, your salt and pepper, your coconut milk, and you blend it in the puree it, and you put it in a piping bag. And then after that, you decorate the plantains and you put microgreens on top.
The BEV is considered a unique destination because of the number of islands and keys that we have. We are considered the sailing capital of the world. We were devastated by 2 Category 5 hurricanes back in September. And so we are here to try to let the world know, the United States, which most of our visitors come from, that the BEV is up and running. We are open for business, and you can continue to come and enjoy your vacations in the BVI. We still have sailing, which is our #1 industry in relation to our overall tourism product. We have lovely beaches and we have lovely people.
So we are representing the culinary capital of the Caribbean, which is the Cayman Islands, for Caribbean Culinary Week here in New York. So we're really excited to be able to represent our flavors and some of our interesting profiles. The Cayman Islands is a really huge influx of a lot of different cultures and a lot of different flavors that we take, a lot from Jamaica, from Cuba, but we have a lot of nationalities. So it's going to be nice to be able to showcase some of the flavors that come out in our food and cuisine. So the recipe that we're doing today is a snapper, and it's cooked in a coconut cream curry sauce with a little bit of spinach and some sweet potato hash. So the idea of it is it's got a lot of different flavors and levels. We're going to start off with a little bit of sweet potato, we cook it, and we get it crispy, then we saute some vegetables. So I've got spinach, I've got okra, red peppers, garlic, onion. We'll saute those all together, and then while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and take some snapper, and we're going to slowly cook it in the curry sauce. So the curry sauce is basically made with ginger, garlic, onion, and then a special Cayman blend. So I've added some cardamom, some cumin, some turmeric, some thyme, allspice. Allspice is used heavily in a lot of Cayman cooking, so I'm using that also to just kind of round out those flavors and make it a very clean curry, so it doesn't have a strong taste, but it has a little bit of sweetness. And that coconut milk also is huge in Cayman, where we've got lots of coconuts. We make coconut water, coconut milk, so we're going to incorporate that into our cooking today. I'm going to take a little bit of the sweet potato hash and then layer the vegetables on top of it, and then I'll take the piece of fish. So we'll take it out of the curry sauce and actually place it on top of the vegetables and the potatoes, and then I'm going to go ahead and drizzle the sauce on top of it. So if you're going to take a bite of it, you're going to get a little bit of crispy, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of spicy, and so hopefully those flavors will come together quite nicely.
While we're learning that each island has something unique to offer, there's one theme that's going on and on again. It's that the Caribbean is one. Now I think my hardest part is to decide which island to go to. Well, now while I decide on that, we're going to tune out for a short break, so don't move. Hi, and we're back to Caribbean Week 2018. I'm your host, Astra Arif, and we're here in New York City. We're about to talk to some of the ministers of the trade organizations from the Caribbean, so stick with us.
In fact, we had 150,000 Americans last year, and America continues to be an important market for us. So we're very, very excited to be here promoting St. Lucia. We are on a high, lots of hotels coming, a lot of investments. Sandals has just announced resort number 4, and we're having an absolutely great time.
Great, and can you give us a little bit more information about St. Lucia for the people that have never been there?
Well, it's the place that has these majestic peaks called the Pitons. We have one of the only drive-in volcanoes in the world. We have some of the most gorgeous hotels. We are the romantic capital of the Caribbean. I think we've won the world's honeymoon, greatest honeymoon destination about 7 or 9 times. And we just continue to win awards. We continue to do well. Our people are very proud, hospitable, friendly. We have some very good rum in the destination. We are the island of the Dennery segment, which is a new version of soca music that is taking the world by storm. And you know, I think we are more than just sun, sand and sea.
Barbados is a haven in terms of surfing, windsurfing, kite surfing. We've got the only car racing circuit in the Caribbean, so whether you want to spectate or you actually want to get in the car and race around that track yourself, you can do that. In terms of polo, we're the only island that really has a strong, robust polo season. So even if you want to, don't want to learn yourself, which you can do on the island, you can actually go and spectate, and it's an absolutely amazing atmosphere.
Well, I'm very happy to be able to share the experience of some of the other islands in the Caribbean. I also got to discover that our product is very strong. We have what a lot of people are looking for, and we've been engaging the media, promoting the events that are taking place in Tobago, which is really part of our strategy to focus on the reasons for visiting Tobago as opposed to focusing on the places to stay. So it's a very interesting opportunity to showcase the fact that we have the longest protected rainforest. You know, we have the world legendary Nyland Pool. We have a unique, exquisite culinary event called the Blue Food Festival, which takes place in October every year. We have a carnival, which we are well known for, and we have a heritage festival, which is coming up soon, a cycling classic. Just a whole host of things. We're very, very strong in the birding market as well, and a lot of visitors come to Tobago for birding. We have been titled as having the 5th largest per capita of birds per population in the world, so it's a very strong niche market for us. Our diving is exquisite. We have the largest brain coral in the world, so it's just nice little destination at the end of the island chain that not too many people know of. It's not fully developed, but it gives you and promises very good value for money on your vacation experience.
For a number of years, we had a number of repeat guests that comes back to Anguilla. We offer pretty much exactly what anybody is looking for in a Caribbean visit. We've got some of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean, if not the world. The people, I think at the end of the day, the people of the island is what really matters, and you find that on a small population, everybody knows each other, so it's like a family destination, and our facilities are second to none in the region. So what we have to offer is definitely a welcome to anybody who chooses to come to the Caribbean.
If you could name possibly top 3 activities that are the most popular on the island, what would they be?
Well, our festivals will have to be at the top. On the island, boat racing is regarded as a national sport, but it's more than that. It's very much part of our culture. And when we talk about culture, our festivals display exactly that, whether through our foods and also the activities that we do regarding interaction both with guests as well as with locals.
Caribbean Airlines is an authentic Caribbean carrier. We offer daily flights to and from Terminal 4 of John F. Kennedy International Airport, where persons interested in visiting the Caribbean can travel every single day. There are non-stop flights to St. Vincent, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, with onward and seamless connections to Grenada, Barbados, St. Lucia, and other Caribbean territories. So that Caribbean Airlines is your one-stop shop for travel. This year has been a fantastic year for us. We have introduced many new products. One of the most interesting ones is the Caribbean Plus. That is an extra legroom product in our economy cabin, where persons who are, well, way taller than I am,
we won't have that problem.
We don't, can comfortably enjoy the economy cabin. The pitch is 37 inches, and we have reconfigured the airplanes. So now rows 4 to 10, there is extra legroom, there is extra room to recline. You can board faster and exit faster, and you also have, well, first access to the overhead bins. In addition to that, we also have daily service to Jamaica. We fly to Norman Manley International Airport as well as Montego Bay. So for the leisure traveler, the business traveler, and those persons returning to the region to visit friends and family, Caribbean Airlines is the airline of choice. Persons may visit our website at caribbean-airlines.com, where there is lots of information about our products and services. And of course, life needs the Caribbean, and the best place to start your vacation, to start your journey, is with Caribbean Airlines, where we offer the warmth of the island.
We do a lot of different things, and we attract seasonally different clientele, and I'll explain that a little different. We know that in season, which is January, February, March, that we're going to be full, and that's family and multi-generational visitors. We also have our shoulder seasons, which we have to reach out. We do medical tourism, sports tourism, and then our wedding market is extremely strong. So last year we had the highest arrivals that we've ever had in the country's history, and that was because it was a joint effort between looking at the seasons and the joint and slow and marketing opportunities to make sure you drove arrivals all through the year.
Antigua is known as the Mecca of Caribbean sailing, so you must get on the water, sail. Our food, our cuisine is great to do. You can go swimming with the stingrays in Antigua in the open ocean and enjoy a great time. If you're into water sports and if you're into the beach life, we have 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. So if you're into water sports, you're into the beach, you're into Caribbean culture and history, we have the UNESCO newest World Heritage Site in English Harbor, Nelson's Dockyard, which is the best example of an 18th century preserved naval facility anywhere in the world. So it's great for sailing, great for water sports, great for just having fun.
Our beaches are number one. We have a great new adventure, which is the zip line. It's the steepest in the Caribbean for sure, maybe the world, with the chairlift. That's one of our newest attractions. And the third one, I guess, would be hiking. Yes.
Do you want to talk about the hiking?
No, hiking, because we also have in complimentary, I must say, to Rainforest it is, we have Lottery Farm, of course, where you get a wonderful experience of the nature. And also we cannot forget that we are also known for the gastronomic capital, because where food is concerned, we're just, how to explain, we're definitely unique and different on that end.
We're a huge melting pot, wonderful restaurants on both sides of the island, great nightlife, great day life as well as far as activities, snorkeling, kayaking, parasailing, you name it, we have it.
Definitely. You can definitely say coming on over to St. Martin, and one stop you definitely get a chance to experience so many stuff. You get a chance to experience the best of both worlds, as we say.
I hope you enjoyed this show. I certainly have, and I learned so much about Caribbean culture. The food, the fashion, the dancing, the music, everything is just simply amazing. I hope you learned a lot. Until next time, I'm Asra Arif, signing out.